Hello everyone and welcome back to Coach Craig's Sports. Today is Sunday, January 9th, and this is the NBA DFS video for today. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out, talking about the injuries in play for tonight's slate, and then going over my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for tonight's slate as well. But without further ado, we'll get into a recap of yesterday's picks, seeing how they turned out. So on the DraftKings side, at point guard, we had Killian Hayes, $3,400. Looking for 17 points out of him. He got to 12.25, so he was a miss. He only ended up playing 24 minutes in this game. Corey Joseph did return. They kind of split the minutes at that point guard position last night. So just kind of unfortunate for him that he did lose those minutes. Like I mentioned in my video yesterday, it was more of a GPP type of play than a cash game play. Then at shooting guard, Emmanuel Quickly is who we switched over to. $4,200, looking for 21 points out of him. Got to 28.75, so he was a hit yesterday. And then a small forward, we had Wesley Matthews, $3,400, looking for 17 points out of him. He got to 17.25, so he was a hit. At power forward, we had PJ Tucker, $4,000, looking for 20 points out of him. He got to 31.25, so he was a hit as well. And then last but not least, we had Hassan Whiteside, who was $3,500, looking for 18 points out of him. He got to 17.5, so he was a hit as well. So 4 out of 5 on the DraftKings side. Pretty solid day overall there. If you played Killian Hayes, you missed out by a couple points on him, but hopefully some of your other plays made up for it yesterday. Then on the FanDuel side, we had LaMelo Ball, $8,600, looking for 43 points out of him. He got to 42.8, so I did give that a push. Only ended up playing 26 minutes yesterday, had a little bit of foul trouble as well. Then at shooting guard, we had Wesley Matthews, $3,800, looking for 19 points out of him. He got to 17.7. He was a miss, only 3 for 10 shooting on the day. You know, if he makes one extra shot, he's right where we need him to be, so not a terrible miss overall. Then at small forward, we had RJ Barrett, $5,800, looking for 29 points out of him. He got to 33.2, so he was a hit. Bobby Portis, at that depressed price tag of $5,500, looking for 28 points out of him. He got to 38.1, so he was a massive hit once again. And then last but not least, at the center position, Mo Bamba, $6,100. We're looking for 31 points out of him. He got to 28.4. He was a miss, but probably not a miss that killed you overall yesterday. So 3 out of 5 on the FanDuel side, 7 out of 10 in total on the day. But the misses that we did have were not terrible ones by any means. Killian Hayes would be the worst one, but even then he was kind of that cheap punt play option either way. But with that being said, we'll get moved over into the injuries and play for tonight's slate. So it is an 8-game main slate. We do have 2 afternoon games. So we have the one starting at noon, which is the Spurs and the Nets. The Spurs are without Zach Collins, Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, Doug McDermott, Devin Vassell, Derek White, and Thaddeus Young. So the exact same thing we saw out of them the last time out. And then the Brooklyn Nets are without Joe Harris and Kyrie Irving once again. Then LaMarcus Aldridge is listed as questionable. For the Atlanta Hawks, they're without Chris Clemens, Gorgie Jang, DeAndre Hunter, and Cam Oliver. And then Clint Capella is doubtful, and Jalen Johnson is probable to play today. On the Clippers side, we have Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, Xavier Moon, and Preston all listed as out. Moving over to the main slate, we'll start off with the Washington Wizards, who are without Thomas Bryant, Anthony Gill, and Tremont Waters. And then Davis Bertans, Rui Hachimura, and Montrezl Harrell all listed as game time decisions questionable to play. So we'll see if any of those 3 play today. If they do play, it could make a big difference to this rotation overall. Then last but not least, Brad Wanamaker listed as game time decision. Probably more of a depth piece than anything at this point in time, so not too concerned about him. Then for the Orlando Magic, they're without Michael Carter-Williams, Markelle Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, E'Twaun Moore, and Jalen Suggs. Wendell Carter Jr. is questionable once again. He did not play yesterday with a hamstring injury. And then Robin Lopez listed as a game time decision. We'll see if he's back tonight or not. Moving down to the Pelicans, they are without Josh Hart. That's the newest one for them. That's going to make a big difference overall. They'll probably start Garrett Temple once again. Didi Lozada, Thomas Satoransky, and Zion Williamson are all out as well. For the Toronto Raptors, it's just Goran Dragic and Watanabe both out once again, so no changes there. Moving down to the Minnesota Timberwolves, Balmoro is out once again, and Patrick Beverley is questionable to play. He did miss the last time out. For the Houston Rockets, they are without Usman Garuba, Sengun, and John Wall all once again. And then Garrison Matthews listed as questionable to play. Coming off the bench, probably not a guy that you're going to want to play in DFS either way, though. Then for the Denver Nuggets, they're without Kankar, Corneli, Marcus Howard, and Jamal Murray. So no major changes there. Nobody that we're really concerned about in terms of a DFS perspective. And then for the Thunder, they're without Isaiah Roby once again, and then Derek Favors questionable to play. We'll see if he's in or not tonight. Not really interested in that center position overall for the Thunder either way, though. And then for the Chicago Bulls, they are without Jordan Bell, Alex Caruso, Tyler Cook, Javonte Green, and Patrick Williams, so no major changes there. For the Dallas Mavericks, they're without Willie Cauley-Stein and Kristaps Porzingis once again. Luka Doncic is questionable to play. I don't think he ends up playing tonight, but we'll have to see. Then we move down to the Cleveland Cavaliers, who are just without Isaac Okoro, so there's no changes there at all. The Golden State Warriors are without James Wiseman. Juan Toscano Anderson is questionable to play, and Klay Thompson makes his return for the Golden State Warriors tonight after what seems like 2.5 years of him not playing basketball. So we'll see how he does tonight. His DFS prices are fairly reasonable, but we don't know what type of production we're going to see out of Klay Thompson tonight or in the near future. So if you want to take a chance on him in a GPP, that's perfectly fine though. Then we move over to the Sacramento Kings, who are without Holmes and Metu once again. And then Mo Harkless is questionable to play. De'Aaron Fox is questionable to play with a shoulder injury as well. I think there's a decent chance De'Aaron Fox does not end up playing in this game, though. So that would make Tyrese Haliburton looking like a pretty good option once again. Then on the Trailblazers side, they're without Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, and Larry Nance once again, so no changes there at all. For the Memphis Grizzlies, they are without Steven Adams and Yves Pons. Dylan Brooks got hurt yesterday. I believe it's an ankle injury. He's doubtful to play today. Ja Morant listed as questionable. I still don't think he ends up playing today, but we'll just have to see on that one. And then Kyle Anderson, John Conchar, and Xavier Tillman. All this is game time decisions. We'll see if they're back today or not. For the Los Angeles Lakers, they were without Anthony Davis and Kendrick Nunn once again, so no changes there. And then LeBron James, he's got that game time decision, probable tag on him like he always does. So not really too concerned about that one. But that's a quick little rundown, quick little overview of all the injuries in play for tonight's slate. There's definitely going to be some ones that we're looking out for throughout the day. A lot of guys that are questionable at this point in time. So I will be listing all the injury updates, COVID news, and starting lineups down in the comments below as well. So definitely make sure you're checking up on that throughout the day, and at the very least, at least prior to lock, so that you have as much information on everything going on for tonight's slate. But with that being said, we'll move over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. So we're going to start off with the point guard position. I got Tyus Jones, $4,200. I do assume Ja Morant does not play today. I assume that Tyus Jones starts in his place. Looking for 21 points down. I got projected for 23 points tonight. Definitely could be a very good value, but it's a one that could change throughout the day if we do get news that Ja Morant is playing tonight. Then in shooting guard, similar situation, and got Tyrese Haliburton, $6,900, looking for 34, 35 points out of him, averaging essentially 34 on the season. I do not think De'Aaron Fox is going to play tonight. I don't have like a ton to say one way or another, but just that shoulder injury had just popped up. He's questionable. I think he misses at least one game. That really boosts Tyrese Haliburton up. Currently, I'm projected for 36 points tonight, but he definitely has a ton of upside for more, as we've seen in the games that he's played without Fox so far this season. Then in small forward, we got Garrett Temple, $3,400, looking for 17 points at him. Obviously, we talked about Josh Hart not playing tonight. Garrett Temple's likely back in that starting lineup. Usually when he's been in that starting lineup, he's been right around 20 points. Currently have him projected for 19 points tonight. Then at power forward, we're going Brandon Clark. Steven Adams is out once again tonight. They might get Xavier Tillman back. They might cut into Clark's minutes just a little bit, but still looking like a very good option. Played very well yesterday. I believe played 28 minutes off the bench. So even though he's not starting, at $4,700, you're only looking for 24 points out of him. If he gets that 25 to 28 minutes, definitely has a chance to outproduce his price tag. Currently have him projected for 28 points tonight. Then last but not least, we're going with Dwight Powell at the center position. $3,900, looking for 19, 20 points at him. Been playing a little bit more minutes, been playing pretty efficiently, and I currently have him projected for 22 points tonight. And with that being said, some of these picks, they could change throughout the day, especially as we get more injury updates, news, all that type of stuff. So just make sure you're stayed tuned. I will have the updated core out, about a half hour to an hour before lock. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the DraftKings side, you have $26,900 remaining, just under $9,000 per player. So you definitely have the option to pay up for 2 studs if you want to do so, find a value to pair along with them. Or you can take a little bit more balanced approach, which has worked out pretty well on some days so far this season. But with that being said, we'll get moved over to DraftKings and talk about my picks over there. We're going to start off with the point guard position. We got Jalen Brunson, $5,300, looking for 26, 27 points out, averaging essentially 30 on the season. I don't think Luka Doncic plays once again tonight. If that's the case, Jalen Brunson looks very good. Even if Luka plays, Jalen Brunson might still be in that starting lineup and might be good enough to pay off for this price tag. But if there is no Luka once again tonight, I currently have him projected for 30 points. But he definitely has that upside for more, as we've seen many, many times so far this season. Then in shooting guard, we got Darius Garland, $8,000. Looking for about 40 points out of him. I got him projected for 41, averaging 35 on the season. But, that takes into fact some of the other games where he was playing with Colin Sexton, Ricky Rubio, guys like that. So Darius Garland, definitely have a lot of interest in him once again tonight. Then small forward, we have Brandon Ingram. Finally figured out how to shoot the ball in the basket last time out. So looks like he's back now at this point in time. $8,000, looking for 40 points at him. Got him currently projected for 42 points tonight. Definitely has a ton of upside for more, as we've seen throughout his career. Then at power forward, we're going right back to Brandon Clark once again. $5,400, so a little bit pricier on the FanDuel side. Looking for 27 points out. Currently having projected for about 28, 29 points tonight. Then last but not least, at that center position, we have Joseph Nurkic, and he is $7,300. Looking for about 36, 37 points out, averaging 32 on the season. He's been playing very well as of late. Definitely do not have a problem going back to him once again tonight. Currently having projected for about 37, 38 points. But with that being said, if you go with these 5 players on the FanDuel side, you have $26,000 remaining, $6,500 per player. So I didn't give you guys the cheapest core options in the world on the FanDuel side, but you can also just go with a balanced approach over here. You can find some values, maybe pay up at one other spot if you want to do so. But with that being said, these are my picks for both FanDuel and DraftKings for today, January 9th. As always, if you have any questions related to NBA DFS, be sure to leave them down in the comments below, and I'll get back to you as quickly as possible. Also, be sure to let me know your favorite play on tonight's slate, whether it's on FanDuel or DraftKings. If you want to throw a Super Draft in there as well, that is fine. We'll be talking some Super Draft main slate, I believe, starting at 4 o'clock Central Time today, so about an hour before the slate. Myself and JC Money Design over on his channel will be doing the live stream. I'll try to drop a link down in the comments below as well for that, so if you're interested in Super Draft, if you're interested in learning about Super Draft, if you're interested in Super Draft NBA DFS, definitely be sure to check that out. And then, as always, I'll be listing all the injury updates, starting lineups, and COVID news down in the comments below, as well as that updated core, about a half hour before lock. Sometimes it's a little bit earlier, sometimes it's a little bit later. But definitely make sure that you are checking up on all that so you have the best news as we head into lock. But with that being said, if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Definitely would appreciate it. It helps to build the community that we're trying to build here at Coach Craig Sports, which is one that's truly for you, the viewers, helping you with your DFS, whether it's NBA or NFL, helping you with your fantasy football teams. And then with that being said, if you are new or current subscribers yet to do so, also hit that notification bell down below. It's going to let you know every single time I post up a new video. Like I've been saying, I post up daily NBA DFS videos just like this. But with that being said, that's all I have for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. And then last but not least, special shout out to each and every one of you watching today's video. I truly do appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch this video. Definitely means a lot to me, and I hope each and every one of you has a great rest of your day.